In this guide, why passkeys are currently trapped inside the ecosystem where they were created, how the FIDO Alliance's credential exchange protocol and credential exchange format solve credential portability, what the encrypted transfer envelope looks like on the wire, and why this is the missing piece that makes passkeys a viable password replacement at scale. Identity Expert, powering you to be an expert in identity. Today we're covering Passkey Portability, specifically CXP and CXF, the two FIDO Alliance specifications that let you move passkeys between providers. Here is the failure that motivated these specs. You set up passkeys for your bank, your email, your cloud provider, your health portal, all stored in iCloud Keychain on your iPhone. Then you switch to Android. Every single passkey stays behind. They are sealed inside Apple's secure enclave infrastructure. There is no export button, no migration wizard, no interoperability layer. You are locked out of your own accounts until you re-register new passkeys on the new device, one site at a time. The same problem hits in every direction. Android to iPhone, 1Password to Bitwarden, Dashlane to Google Password Manager. Passkeys were supposed to replace passwords. Instead, they created a new form of vendor lock-in that passwords never had. You could always copy a password into a new manager. You cannot copy a private key out of a secure enclave. CXP and CXF are the FIDO Alliance's answer, a secure, standardized protocol for transferring credentials between providers without ever exposing private key material in the clear. Think of Passkey portability like phone number portability. Before number portability regulations, switching mobile carriers meant losing your phone number. Every contact, every business registration, every two-factor SMS, all tied to a number you could not take with you. Carriers had no incentive to make switching easy. Lock-in was the business model. Number portability mandated a standard transfer protocol between carriers. You initiate a port request, your old carrier packages the number record, encrypts it, and hands it to the new carrier through a regulated exchange. Your number moves, your contacts still reach you. The old carrier cannot hold your number hostage. CXP and CXF do the same thing for passkeys. The exporting provider packages your credentials into an encrypted container, the credential exchange format. The importing provider receives that container through the credential exchange protocol. Your private keys move from one vault to another inside a tamper-resistant envelope. Neither provider sees the other's internal storage format. The user does not re-register anything. The credentials just work in the new home. Let's be precise about why Passkey portability is broken today. There are 4 structural problems. First, no standard export format. Each provider stores passkeys in its own proprietary format inside its own secure storage. Apple uses iCloud Keychain with secure enclave sealing. Google uses Google Password Manager with Titan chip integration. 1Password, Bitwarden, and Dashlane each have their own vault encryption schemes. There is no common representation that all providers can read and write. Second, private keys cannot be exposed. Unlike passwords, which are just strings you can copy to a clipboard, passkeys contain private key material that must never appear in plaintext outside a secure context. Any export mechanism must keep private keys encrypted end-to-end during the entire transfer. A CSV dump is not acceptable. Third, no transfer protocol exists in production. Even if you had a common format, there is no agreed-upon handshake between an exporting provider and an importing provider. Who authenticates whom? How do you prevent a malicious app from masquerading as a legitimate importer and harvesting credentials? How do you confirm the user authorized the transfer? Fourth, vendor incentives oppose portability. Credential lock-in increases switching costs. No single vendor would voluntarily erode that moat. This is why the FIDO Alliance, a consortium including Apple, Google, Microsoft, and the major password managers, had to coordinate the standard collectively. CXP defines the protocol. CXF defines the format. Together, they handle the full credential migration lifecycle. Here is the flow step by step. Step 1. The user initiates an export from the current provider, the exporting party. The provider authenticates the user with their existing credentials, biometric, PIN, or device unlock. Step 2. The exporting party and the importing party establish a secure channel. CXP uses a Diffie-Hellman key agreement to derive a shared secret. This happens through a direct handshake or through a QR code and Bluetooth hybrid flow similar to CTAP 2.2 hybrid transport. The key point: no credentials move until both parties have agreed on a session encryption key. Step 3. The exporting party packages the selected credentials into a CXF document. This is a JSON-based format where each credential entry contains the credential type, passkey, password, or TOTP, the relying party identifier, the user handle, and critically the private key material. The entire document is encrypted using HPKE hybrid public key encryption, defined in RFC 9180. The exporting party encrypts to the importing party's public key. Only the importing party can decrypt. Step 4. The encrypted CXF document transfers over the CXP channel. The importing party decrypts the document inside its own secure storage boundary. Private keys are sealed into the importing provider's enclave or vault without ever appearing in plaintext in application memory. Step 5. The importing party confirms receipt, and the exporting party can optionally mark the exported credentials as migrated. Let's look at the CXF document structure. The top-level object contains a version field, currently draft, and an entries array. Each entry is a credential record. For a Passkey entry, the type field is Passkey. The relying party object carries the RP ID, for example, bank example.com, and the RP name. The user object carries the user handle and display name. The credential object carries the credential ID in base64 URL encoding and the private key in COSE key format, the same binary representation used internally by web authenticators. For a password entry, the type is password, the origin is the site URL, the username is the login identifier, and the value is the password string. For a TOTP entry, the type is TOT, and the secret is the base 32 encoded shared secret. The entire entries array is never transmitted in plaintext. It is encrypted using HPKE in base mode. The sender generates an ephemeral key pair, derives a shared secret with the receiver's static public key, and encrypts the payload using AES 256 GCM. The encrypted output consists of 3 components: the encapsulated key, the ciphertext, and an authentication tag. The receiver uses their private key plus the encapsulated key to derive the same shared secret and decrypt. This means even if an attacker intercepts the CXP channel, they cannot decrypt the CXF payload without the receiver's private key. Credential migration is a high-value target. The threat model is serious and the specs address it directly. Threat 1. Rogue Importer. A malicious application claims to be a legitimate credential manager and tricks the user into exporting. Mitigation. CXP requires the importing party to present verifiable identity platform-level app attestation on mobile or a registered credential manager identifier. The exporting party validates this before releasing any credentials. Threat 2. Man-in-the-middle on the transfer channel. An attacker intercepts the CXP session and substitutes their own public key. Mitigation. The Diffie-Hellman key agreement includes a visual verification step, similar to Bluetooth pairing codes, where the user confirms a short code displayed on both devices. HPKE encryption means even a compromised transport cannot decrypt the CXF payload without the receiver's static private key. Threat 3. Credential duplication and replay. After export, the same passkey exists in 2 providers. An attacker who compromises the old provider still has a valid copy. Mitigation. The spec supports a delete after export flag. Relying parties can also use the web auth signature counter to detect if a credential is being used from multiple sources simultaneously. Threat 4. Downgrade to plaintext export. A compromised exporting party could bypass HPKE and emit credentials in cleartext. Mitigation. The importing party must reject any CXF document that is not HPKE encrypted. The format mandates an encryption metadata header. Documents without it are invalid. As of mid-2026, CXP and CXF are in late draft stage at the FIDO Alliance, with multiple interoperability testing rounds completed between Apple, Google, Microsoft, 1Password, Bitwarden, and Dashlane. Several trends are converging to make credential portability inevitable. First, regulatory pressure. The European Union's Digital Markets Act requires designated gatekeepers to enable data portability, and the European Commission has explicitly flagged credential portability as an area of interest. Platforms that lock in passkeys may face compliance obligations to support CXP export. Second, enterprise demand. Organizations managing thousands of employees across mixed device fleets need credential migration when switching identity providers or password managers. Without CXP, every passkey re-enrollment is a help desk ticket. Third, the consumer trust gap. Passkey adoption has grown rapidly since 2024, but surveys show that users hesitate to go passkey only when switching devices means starting over. Portability is the missing assurance that removes that hesitation. The FIDO Alliance has signaled that CXP and CXF will move to a published standard in late 2026 or early 2027, with platform-level support in subsequent OS releases. Once that ships, passkeys will finally have the portability guarantee that passwords always had without the security weaknesses that made passwords replaceable. All primary sources cited in today's guide are listed on screen. You will find the FIDO Alliance CXP and CXF draft specifications, the W3C Web Auth Level 3 recommendation, CTAP 2.2, RFC 9180 for HPKE, and the EU Digital Markets Act portability provisions in the video description below. If this breakdown helped you understand the topic better, please subscribe to Identity Expert. We publish a new protocol deep dive every week. Thanks for watching. If there's a specific identity standard, authentication flow, or security protocol you'd like us to cover next, drop it in the comments below. We build our content based on what the community asks for. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an episode.